welcome back. It's been a long while, I'm not gonna lie. I was just looking at the last video that I posted and it was back in January. And I know I probably mentioned that I was gonna be more active on YouTube, so shame on me. I basically didn't do it. But I just wanted to hop on here and talk about all of these things that you can see on the screen. I don't know, I was just inspired to talk about planners again and journals and all the things. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, so you kind of know what's been going on in my life, personal / little bit of planner journal stuff. That's where I have been active this past year. For those who are only my exclusive YouTube people, hello, and I'm sorry. This is just gonna be a super impromptu chat. I didn't really plan on talking about anything specific. I just wanted to chat about all of this. So I think I'm gonna talk about my current lineup and also my plans for 2025. So let me take off the ones that I'm not going to talk about yet and talk about the ones that I am currently using. So here we are. I have my Hobonichi Cousin, my iPad mini, my Plotter Mini 6, and my A6 Techo. So I started off the year with my duo, well, kind of like a trio over here. So I went full on Hobonichi at the beginning of this year and I loved it. I still love it. It was just perfect for the season that I'm in my life. I am still doing travel nursing. I wanted to have something that's ready, that is set up and doesn't require a lot of extra stuff that I used to do with rings and all that, because I didn't want to bring a lot. And it worked really well up until this month when I wanted to do something different, of course. And obviously it is that time of the year when we're trying to experiment with different types of setups and notebooks and planners and all of that. So we'll start with my Techo. So the iPad is here because I have been using my Notion pages still as my extension planner that has all of the things that I'm keeping track of, like bills, mostly finance stuff, different categories. If you are familiar with my extension and what an extension is, you know what that means. So I will probably go through it again if you guys want me to, if you give me a chance to kind of get it set up for 2025, and then I might do a video, finally a true Notion tour. It's just really intimidating for me to do one because a lot of people online have done it and they do it so well, talking about and navigating through the pages on like the screen and stuff. I'm not really good at that. I just think I'm gonna mess it up, but I will try once like everything is set up for the new year. So my Techo has been my main planner and I have been changing like the cover at the front every month or so when I felt like it. And as far as its use, it's very loved, as you guys can see. Some of the things that worked out and did not work out is my habit tracker. I did pretty well up until July, or no, up until August, and then I kind of just stopped. It was just, I don't know, I just kind of fell through that routine of filling it out and I just wasn't inspired to continue doing it. I will be doing another habit tracker in my planner for 2025, but it'll be mostly what I was used to, like with my rings. I'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, so it didn't work out there. But then as far as another thing that didn't work out, zoom in a little bit, is the sleep tracker. So I got this idea from Ginny and she tracks her sleep, I think, on her weeks before. I'm not sure if she still does that today, but I thought it was just like a really nice way to track how many hours I sleep in the day, especially with me working night shifts. Sometimes I sleep 16 hours and sometimes I sleep 4. So there's no in between. So that worked out up until July. And then I think, yeah, I didn't even bother to do it in September. So that, once again, I'm gonna try something different for 2025. I still want to track my sleep, so I think I just need something different. But the monthlies I've used just as a calendar. I decorated every month with some washi/stickers, whatever I really felt like. Some of them are up to the bones on decorated, but some are just pretty simple, like here, September, October, and then here's November. And then I did switch to my plotter mid-month this month, so I will get to that. And then, yeah, so some parts, yeah, so I did like my quarter goals and stuff. Didn't work out, it stopped again. I think it didn't really help because I went on a out of a country trip at the beginning of October. My partner and I went to Japan, and then I got sick. I was sick for almost a month. I'm still kind of on the mend, and it completely, all of like my systems like fell off. And when it was time for me to get back, I just wanted something different. But I'm not gonna go through all of this, like flip through it, but pretty much how it worked was I really love this layout. So this layout is actually gonna come with me to 2025 in my rings. So I have like my events and then my to-dos, and then I write in blue like my expenses and things that I want to keep track of, that I want to transfer to either my extension or my new planner. And then for some days where there's no like events, I just ended up using it just, you know, things that happened. And it kind of helped me with my memory keeping in my Cousin, because this is what I read off of and look at when I'm doing my memory keeping. So that worked out. So like here, obviously there's like nothing going on, or I didn't have it to do. So I was on a trip with my sister, so it was pretty much like all the things that happened, my expenses, and there you go. And then once I switched to my plotter, I'm still using it, so I'm basically just using it as a summary where I write what happened like during the day, still the same, but I don't put in my to-dos anymore and my expenses and stuff like that. So here, just literally going through each day, what I did. And here we are. I still need to write what happened Sunday and yesterday. Today's Tuesday the 19th. So I will be doing that. I really like this book. I like the layout. Like I said, will be going with me in the new year. But I definitely miss rings. I miss rings so much. So it was a very nice experiment for the year. I like, you know, the bound book for what it is, but I just know when it comes to planning, it's not for me. So, but I gave it a good old try for a year. That's actually, you know, pretty impressive, like for myself, because I try like to commit to one thing. Even if I end up not liking it, I kind of just go through it because I don't want to spend money and also just go through like setting up stuff. I lasted about till November, so that's pretty good. So that is my Techo. And so my Cousin, it's chunky AF. I also love this as my journal / my memory keeper, but I also fell off of like the routine. I have a lot of things to catch up on still. but I do plan on finishing the year with this, with my journaling, because I do want to just have this and look back on it once it's all filled out and all of that. So stuff that worked and stuff that didn't. Here on the Perpetual Calendar section, I wanted to do like a photo for each month. I can still do that. It's pretty easy, but I just did January, and then I did one line summary for the day, and then it all fell through. And then for my monthlies, I did the photo a day, and I really like this idea. I kind of want it to go with me for the new year also, but there were just times when I don't have a picture for a day, especially if I'm working many days in a row. Sometimes I take a picture of like my coffee, and I guess that's fine, but sometimes I'm just not in that mood. So there were times that I think I just filled it out, like this one. It's just a photo online that I think I like saved on Instagram. Same as this guy. So yeah, March was pretty good. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of like meme pictures that I didn't actually take. And then I don't have anything for April and the rest of the year. And then my weeklies. So weeklies, I also like, but there were a lot of times also that it was pretty repetitive, because I'm just not the type of person, I feel like there should be a sticker for everything, but I know that's not possible. So I sometimes dislike the spread because there's not a lot of stickers on it. Give you guys an example. Like here, I'm napping every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 4 days in a row, and it's like a different sticker each time. And as much as that's okay, it's also like, do I really need a sticker for each day that I'm like napping? Probably not. But you know, I work nights, that's just how it goes. But I really like it. Like looking back, you know, it's more of like a summary for each day. Some days nothing happened. Some days there's a lot of things that happened, and I like it. So there's still stuff, plenty months that I need to catch up on. I think I finished up until June, but just to like give you guys a flip through, it's good. And then here I also need to catch up how on this side I write highlights and lowlights for the week, and I did like that. And then I kind of just once again stopped, but continued with the weekly spreads. So yeah, I did finish up until June. So I still need to do July up to the present time. But it's good. I like the view. It's a nice little new ish kind of thing. It reminded me of my Happy Planner days where it's the vertical weeklies, but it's not planning. It's just more of like a memory keeping aspect. I do like that. And I finally got to use a lot of my stickers, which is cool. So yes, so that's the weekly. And then the dailies, they have been really great also. And I think I journaled up until, there's actually writing up until around April. And then after that, it's more just photos and ephemera. No, like journal writing sessions. And then there's a lot of days that are blank still. I've been kind of going through my photos and start like printing stuff, but I've just been kind of doing a whatever journaling at this point. It's more of just kind of junk journaling, I guess. This is considered junk journaling, but yeah. So I've kind of just been attaching stuff that I use. Like here though, I did, because I was with my sister, so we kind of did a lot of journaling, went on our trip together, so that was nice. And I did use my selfie here. I've gotten my selfie out of my storage unit and brought it with me, and it's so nice to have like pictures from it again. So a lot of all those things. And some of them are like pretty great, and some are just like this one. It literally has one tiny photo, and this was on the 2nd, on my birthday. And that was good. And then here, this past weekend, and there's only a few pages left for the year. So my biggest qualm about the Cousin is there's a lot of pressure, not gonna lie. It is because it's dated, monthly, weekly, and daily. They're all dated. And to me, that's a lot, especially with like working nights, and sometimes I just wanna veg out and not do anything. And then also going out a lot. I try to do a lot of exploring in different cities that I've lived in so far, and I wanna document it. But the whole like what happened today and this week, it was too much. So I also like that I tried this out. This is the very first Hobonichi Cousin that I've ever had, and these two were gifts, and I completely love them. They have given me joy in documenting my life for the year, but it's time to also go back to something different. I don't have it right now, but last year, 2023, I did start a journal using just a notebook that I had. I think I have a flip on Instagram. I'll link it down below, and I can show you on the cards right now, or like a screenshot of it while I'm talking about it. So yeah, that one was completely undated. It was just a notebook, and I think it was like a standard size notebook, and I really liked it. And it just gave me a lot of freedom because I didn't feel the need to fill out a page from the day, because I was able to kind of split it. Like one page has 2 days because not a lot happened in this day, not a lot happened on this day. So I was able to put it on one page, and there wasn't that pressure of looking at a dated page to fill it out. And I know other people make it work, and good for them. But for me, I think my personality, I just have to fill it out. So me not filling it out, I feel like I'm failing my journal, and I don't like that feeling. So I will be trying something different, like an undated notebook again for journaling in 2025. So that is my Hobonichis. And then now, so I have been dabbling with the Pocket for quite a while now. I knew that I was gonna go to Pocket rings for 2025. Maybe like halfway through the year, I wanted to go back to rings, but I didn't want to go back to Franklin Covey Compact, which was my last rings in 2023. And then I did personal, I did A6, I did A5. I wanted something small and portable and tiny, but also functional. So, okay, well, Pocket. And at first, just looking back, I thought to myself, I will never use Pocket. It was just too small for me. I remember buying a Pocket planner from Moterm. If you guys remember the old ones that came out, the very first ones. And I remember setting it up, and I did not like it. It was too small. I hated it. But that was during a time when I was home. I wasn't out and about a lot. So my planners stayed at home. And I did have like everyday carry when I'm out, like in a coffee shop or journaling or whatever somewhere. So those were okay. But yeah, so I just didn't think the Pocket would be okay for me that time. Fast forward to this year. So yeah, I was looking at Pocket, But then I was like, okay, maybe I should go to Filofax because Filofax has smaller rings. I didn't want to go with big rings because I think it would be kind of pointless because I wanted something smaller than this guy. And if I went through bigger rings, it was going to be bigger than this guy and heavier. So Filofax has what, like 20 millimeter, 19 millimeter rings. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then I was also, okay, maybe I should get a Louis, PM Agenda. And then I was looking at their rings. Oh my God, I think those are way too small. So I discovered Plotter. I was looking at pocket rings inspiration on Instagram, and that kind of did it for me. So this I got pre-loved from someone on Instagram. I am going to try it out and see how it goes. So I kind of set it up for just being a notebook kind of paired with this guy. So I was using it to jot down notes, and then this was during the time when we were planning for our trip. So I used it to write notes like plan our trip, and in combination with my Notion pages and all that. And then once I kind of did all the Japan research, I knew that I was gonna commit. So I made a shopping list for Japan. When we went, I bought all the Plotter things and will be setting it up for 2025. But then I didn't want to wait anymore. I do have a different cover that I'm gonna use for the new year, but I wanted to finally have this with me to try. So I'm using pocket inserts, and it's mostly freebies. So I got some from Peanuts Planner Co. So I'm gonna do like November and December on here. So I have my monthly. And then I did weeklies also from Puffin Pages Co. And they're also a freebie on their website. So I just downloaded those, cut them to size. I rounded the corners because the original Plotter pages, I think this guy, yeah, this is a Plotter insert. It's rounded on the corner. So from now on, I will be rounding my inserts. They just look really cute. And then I have my dailies. These are from Peanuts Planner Co. So it's just pretty much a planner. I just have my to-dos, my events, write my expenses, reminders, and all the things. I have this little dashboard that I cut to size, put some sticky notes on there. And then I have these two dividers that I ordered from Lines Plus Paper before she closed her divider shop. So I will be using those for the new year. And then these are the actual size. So if you are not familiar with Plotter inserts, they are narrower and taller than pocket. So here you can see way shorter. Pocket's way shorter and it's a little wider. Not by much, but you could totally tell the difference. So yeah, so I have a few of these. I had Lindsay from Lindsay Scribbles make me just this grid one, and just to try out for that size because I don't know how to make my own inserts. So I have a few pages of those, and then I did cut my Hobonichi paper from my Commonplace notebook. So I had this notebook with my Techo, and I used it as a Commonplace book. So I have some stickers here with these dot stickers, and then it's just been all these commonplacing ideas and copied notes and planning and all those things. So I have that, and then I realized that these pages were perforated and you can just tear them off. It's so cool. So I cut these to size and I added them to my plotter, and it's really nice because and this is the thing that I've learned having 2 Hobonichis in a year, I love Tomoe River paper now. Because before it also bothered me how you can see the shadowing, and nope, I like that now. And also, we'll get to it in a little bit with my new stuff, but I like yellow paper now, not pure white. Kind of like pure white paper bothers me now. It has to be slightly colored. So this is the Kokuyo business paper, and it bothers me that it's white, but then we go to the plotter paper and it has the yellow paper, MD paper cream, or it's similar to it. So love that. But yeah, so this is my plotter setup right now. These are all just notes that I had for our trip. I really like these folder things. I got a pack of these because these came with the D-stash. So this band thing also came with it, and then I have just a zip pocket with some stickers. So my plan for 2025, I will be using the Plotter Mini 6 as an extension of my wallet. I won't put in my license, my credit cards and stuff, because I want to get an RFID wallet. It's the one that it protects your cards from getting hacked or something. I think the rings for this guy, I think someone said they're 11 millimeter. They are so small. It's ridiculous. But with the amount of paper that it can take, and I'll show you guys with my 2025 ones, it's insane. This is not it being full yet, but there could still be a lot of room. Sometimes like here in the front, it does kind of get caught in the rings, but I don't know, it doesn't really bother me because it's just deco. That's the thing, like I think I will have to sacrifice putting a lot of deco, or I think I would just have to print them on super thin vellum and all of that, and which is totally fine. I am okay with it because I just absolutely love this size. I don't think I would go any smaller than this. I know Plotter does have the Mini 5 where it's just the 5 rings. This is 6, so it's, like I said, similar to Pocket. But yeah, the Mini 5 is way too small. And I already have sort of small handwriting, so it works out. But I don't know, I think anything smaller than that, I'll probably struggle with it a little bit. So this is my plotter for right now. So that is pretty much my review of my 2024 planner / journals. It has been great. I enjoyed filling stuff out and using all these notebooks that I got. Yeah, it was a lesson. Definitely learned a lot of things, and I feel like I've grown with how I'm choosing my notebooks for the years to come, because how you plan and journal changes, and that's okay. That's totally fine. You never know, I might go back to these books in the future, but now that I've seen kind of how they are with things that are still going on in my life, personally, traveling and all that, I think it's still not the best for me, being dated and all of that pressure. So that is it for my current setup. And I think I will probably split these videos into a part 1, part 2, because I don't want to talk your guys' ear off for an hour and some. And if you guys know me, my videos are always long, so I think I'm gonna cut it short here, and I'll post the other video talking about my 2025 plans in the next one. So anyway, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.